Hello everyone. So today I'm gonna start something new. So what you see here is a simple stove and a pot and water put into that pot. So here we are going to start working on some kind of a cooking game. So this is the first steps that I'm going to work on, and everything you see here is they are very simple, but I have modeled these things using the modeling tools in Unreal. Well, not much of modeling happening here, but still we are using the modeling tools in Unreal for this pot, stove and everything. And also we are going to create this material from scratch to get this water-like surface. And later on we will convert this, add a flame and controls to control the flame. And as we apply heat, the water will start boiling. We will work on those things in upcoming episodes, but for now we are going to just set up this. Right, so this episode is sponsored by this generous patron. Thank you very much for your support. Before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all of the thousands of projects I have done in my channel from the Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can access everything without any limits, so feel free to check it out. I'll leave links to everything in description below. Right, now let's get started with today's episode. Okay, so here is an empty map in Unreal Engine 5.6 and I have named it cooking demo. So the first step is creating some pot to do the cooking. So I'm gonna use Unreal modeling tools to create a simple pot. So let's go to the modeling mode and create, and let's create a cylinder. So maybe the radius could be 15, fine. So it's like a 30 centimeter diameter pot. That should be okay. And 10 in height. All right. Size is 32, height subdivisions. I don't think these values are fine. I think these values are fine. So let me create that and that. Okay, let me place this in the center. So it's easier for me to write it. Okay. Now, so this is a cylinder, not a pot. So I'll call this pot and let me duplicate it, move it up a little bit, and maybe no need to move up. Oh yeah, I think I need to move up. And then across X and Y, I'll scale it down. Start to go to scaling mode, and well, we can just do that here. 0.95. Now you can see this the pot 2 is a bit smaller. So select the first one, pot, and then shift select the second one. Then go to model mode and hit Boolean. So now you see we have a pot-like shape, right? Cool. So this is our simple pot. I'll create a new folder. And let's create a simple material M pot. Just define a color. What color should the pot be? Something close to white. Metallic. Font. Apply. Let's define that. Okay. and let's hit accept. Let me reassign the pot material. Okay, alright. Now the next step is we need to show water within this pot. So let's again create a disk. Radius I'll set to 15. Right, and I'll keep these values. They should be fine. Create disk and accept. And I'll move it to 0, 0. So this is the water surface, the water that we are going to boil in order to cook. Since this is a bit small, I'm having trouble navigating. So let me adjust the movement speed by using mouse wheel. Okay, that's good. So now we need a material for the water surface. So let's create a new one. Water. And here I'll use the material shading model. No, the blend mode, translucent. Let me promote this to a vector parameter, base color, and I'll choose something like this. Because this should be translucent, so let me change it to something like this. Let me assign it. So this is not good enough. Obviously we need to work on this, and also we need to make it give some dynamic nature. So as we boil, we should see some movement on the surface. Of course, I'm not going to make it too much realistic, like we can use a Niagara particle and make a fluid simulation, but I don't really want to spend that much time here. I just need some simple water-like surface. So here I want to have a higher translucency when the next edge surface to the water surface is closer, and so I should see a lower translucency here. So it's like to correlate to the depth of the water across the line we see. So maybe, yeah, we can use pixel depth, and if I directly use it to the opacity, it's gonna be, obviously because this is more than 1 in the distance. So if I divide this, let's say something like 1000, you see some translucency, and as we go further it becomes less translucent. As it gets closer it becomes more translucent. So here let's try something like this. I'm gonna use the object position related to the camera, and then we can get the vector length, length and divide it. So here now you see this is related to the distance from the camera to the object. And if I climb this between 0 and 1, that's what I'm gonna get. And if I do a 1 minus, I think I should get the closer to the camera. Here we get a less translucency, Let me, yeah, see. Now this area is more translucent, and the area closer to the camera is less translucent. So you see some color. So this is starting to look more water-like. I like that effect. And also, if you need to have some translucence here as well, like we can, yeah, there's some offset. So now we, here also we see the edge. It's not fully transparent. Okay, so now to make it more water-like, I think we should see some reflection on the water surface too. So this lighting mode, we can change this to surface translucency volume. So we can get back this specular roughness, these things. Let me change this to 1, 1, 0. Right, it's good. So we don't see much yet, but we starting to see the reflection. But if we add a normal map and some movement, this should become like more water. Before that, let me in refraction 2 to index of refraction. Uh, I think we should start seeing some difference as we add changes to the normal map. Okay, let me just set this to 0 for now. Okay. Now we have a normal map for water in engine content. This, let me use this here. Right. Connect to normal. See, now it's starting to become look more like water, but it's static. So if we give some movement, this should be good enough already. So here that 8. Let's convert this to a parameter. Eight, 1. Okay, this may be too much, right? And we need to change the scale. So multiply this for some value here. Multiply. Let's convert this also to a scalar parameter. 0.1, so it's large. Okay, so here it's moving into one direction, which is not what we need. So to cancel this out, we can do this. Yeah, multiply this by and plug these two together. No, it didn't work. Let's try this. -1. Yeah, that's good. Okay, Now here see we starting to see it's more like a water surface. So here we increase the speed. There. Oh, right. Now it looks more like water. Right. So yeah, okay. So it's good enough for my purpose. Now when we boil water, we can use these parameters. For example, if I increase this speed, this, that's too much, of course. It looks more like boiling. And if it is not boiling, we can practice this. So it looks like this. And also we can have some parameter. This. We can have some parameter to reduce the intensity of the normal map as well. But let's look into that later on. For now, I'll keep the values that I used. Okay. Now the next step is creating the store. So for that, let's create a box 70 by 70 and 10 with 70, depth 70, height 10. Maybe this should be good enough. Now let's go to the modeling, polygroup edit, and select these edges. Let's shift. Yeah, push them back. So this is where we would have some display to show the temperature or the flame intensity, things like that. Accept. I also need the place that we place the pot. So create another, maybe a cylinder. This should be fine. Maybe reduce it. Well, and 2 centimeters. Okay, place it. Accept. So this 2. Let's move it up. This 2 to the origin. 0. Right. Okay, cool. Down. So here, let's create a new material. Duplicate this and install. There's the color. That's right, white. Okay. And oh, the color black for this part here. So I'm gonna stop this episode right here. So the next time, let's work on the flame for the stove and then controls for the flame. So we will have some maybe knobs or buttons to control the heat or intensity of the flame, and as we apply heat, this water should start boiling. So let's work on those steps in the next episode. So thanks for watching. As always, updated widget files will be available for download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And let me know if you have any questions in the comments. See you in another episode. Goodbye.